Hi everybody, welcome to episode 14. I've come to work in the Renault Magnum today because it's not getting much use over the winter. So I've been parking on my driveway. I've been using it a couple of times a week for work. It's been a really good daily. It's not amazing on fuel. I think we're averaging about 4 miles a gallon at the minute, but that's the price to pay, I suppose. We've done quite a lot of engines this week in the workshop. We're going to take a walk around and see what engines we've got out and what engines are going back in. We've had a little bit of progress on the G-Wagon. The headlights, side lights and the indicators are all in now. Still waiting on the mirrors to turn up. The rear lights, all the wiring's been done with that, they just need fitted. There's a couple of extra brackets that they give you. They weren't quite as straightforward fitting as I first thought. Once that's done, they'll be going for paint and that'll be away. Mustang hasn't actually had any work done this week. We've literally just lifted it up just to store a car under here. This is the first engine that we've fitted this week. So that's the 1 litre ecoboost, which is from Ford. It's found in the Fiestas and the Focuses quite a lot. Mega common, these engines, for going wrong. Fairly cheap, actually, brand new from the dealer. So this is a crate engine, come from Ford. Comes totally bare. Comes with a new oil filter on, that's pretty much about it. We've then started to build up from the old engine. That's now in the car, ready to go back to the customer. That one's all done. This is a little hybrid Prius is in. The rear brakes are sticking on. So the customers complain that they're getting a smell as they go for a long drive. So what's been happening is the handbrake's been sticking on slightly. They've obviously started to smell that and they've brought it in, which is good to bring it in before it starts going wrong. This is a really nice Range Rover Vogue. This is a 3 litre V6. This one's been quite well looked after, so this is in for a pre-sale service and MOT. We'll go through the full car. It's actually from a car sales garage. They've told us obviously anything he's doing, get the car back to top spec how it should be, ready for the customer to collect it next week. Got a little Clio here. This is a starter motor. So there's a starter motor there. Basically, when the guy's been turning the key, nothing's been happening, not a click, nothing. We've checked, make sure it's got its main power there, and it's got the switch there to actually start that moving, but the starter motor's not working, so that new one will get fitted and get that man on his way. I think we've got this engine here. This is waiting for customer authorization now, so we've stripped this out of the vehicle. This has actually got problems with pressurizing the water system. So yeah, so that's out of transit. That one should be authorized this week. We'll get the new engine and that'll go back into the vehicle, hopefully get him back on the road. We've also got the Porsche engine. So we'll show you this, all the parts getting swapped over. So this engine, actually the spark plug had fell apart, damaged the inside of the engine, lost compression on 3 cylinders, and the compression was actually low on the 4th cylinder, so the customer decided didn't want to start getting into it and start stripping it down to find out why, just to replace it at the end anyway. So he's bought a really low mileage second-hand engine, and that's been built up over the other side here. So it came pretty complete, just had to change the turbo, airbox, a couple of sensors over, but everything come pretty well. We'll obviously put a new set of plugs in just to stop that happening again. It'll be fully serviced, all new belts, water pump, everything, before it goes back in the vehicle. So all we're waiting for that is a couple of parts from Porsche they should get tomorrow. This is another one. I think any PS fans have probably been in every single video. That's at the service and MOT. This lady here is actually driving to Cornwall, a little Toyota Yaris. This is blown a fuse. It's 110 amp, but just a little fuse. So we've just ordered one of those, and he's just going to take that out, ready for the new one coming in. See quite a lot of these vans as well. So that Transit engine we just spoke about, that actually came out of the same company's van, Dyson. So that's one of their little vans in. That's for service and MOT, just failed on a coil spring snapped. This Transit here is actually in for the door hinges. So what's happened is the guys open the door in the wind, and when it's opened, it's actually went all the way around and bent the hinges. So at the minute, it doesn't actually close at all. So try doing any sort of little adjustments. It's beyond that now, so it's going to need 2 new hinges to get that right. So some of the front ends being stripped out to get into the inner wing to get them hinges out. On the engine crane here, this is the new engine for the Porsche. Let's say this is a really low mileage second-hand engine. So this has been now serviced, the new plugs put in. We've already compression checked it on the floor before we attempt to put it in. So that's all ready to go in. So that car's actually been taken to our storage unit, which is really close to here, because we were waiting for customer authorization, then we're waiting for the engine. So rather than the car just sitting wasting ramp time, we've took it off, put the subframe back in, put it on the trailer, took it to the storage unit. So that'll be coming back here this afternoon, and then that engine will be going in tomorrow. So there's a little bit of footage of that, everything getting swapped over and the engine sort of getting replaced. This one here is a Z3M Coupe. So from a previous episode, you'll remember that we've got one of these. We've got a blue one, had it for a really long time. This customer here has actually been a customer of ours for a long time as well. So they're normally pretty bomb-proof, these engines, but what's been happening is on really light throttle, this guy's getting a sort of like a jerking of the power. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a smoke test on the inlet manifold, make sure there's no leaks on that. That's normally where these sort of things would fail. He's recently had the Vanis replaced, which is a variable valve timing. So we're going to rule that out for now. But like I say, one of the guys is going to drop onto this afternoon. We'll do a smoke test first, check that idle air control valve and see what's happening from there. It's a bit of a mess over here, but I will quickly show you the room where all the diagnostic gear's going. So we'll just put these boxes in. So basically the tools are always out and about on different ramps. So these guys forget to put them back, or they don't know exactly where they're looking for them. So, and a lot of the time, if you go to use a tool or you're going back for your iPad for your health check, they're not actually charged. So basically it's going to be a socket in every one of these. These will be on charge all the time. So all the tools will be in here, and the guys' iPads that they use for their health checks, they're logging on and off the tasks that they've got, they'll be in the top shelf. So the socket will be basically in the back. On night time, you plug your iPad in or your diag tool that you've been using, and the Wi-Fi is also in here, so these are constantly getting updated when they're not being used. Just remember that we're going to be giving away the Fiat Panda. So on 10,000 subscribers, we're going to give away that little Fiat Panda. I've had a lot of people already asking sort of how they do it. Just remember, you've got to subscribe to our channel. It would be great if you also share us on your social media platform, because the more you share us, that means the more subscribers you're going to get, and the faster that you're going to get on that 10,000. So when we get to the 10,000, we'll pick it at random again. It's exactly the same as we did with £100, exactly the same we did with £1,000. I am thinking about doing something in the middle, maybe a giveaway at 5,000. I haven't quite decided yet. But on 10,000, we're going to give away the little Fiat Panda. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
big.